Gibney, AccuQuilt's Chief Marketing Officer. I'm here having some tea and biscuits with Pam,
hey,
AccuQuilt's cutting expert, and Erica, AccuQuilt's Corporate Marketing Specialist. We are so excited.
Yes, we're so excited to be here today. It's going to be a great day. I'm super excited about
That's right. Today we're holding another virtual launch party to show off what we've been working on behind the scenes. As always, we've planned a lot of fun with great prizes, exciting project ideas, and special offers only available today for our attendees. But the biggest news is that we are unveiling the Qube English paper piecing.
Yay!
At AccuQuilt, we're always dreaming up ways to achieve our mission of creating joy through quilting, by providing innovative solutions that make fabric cutting easy, fast, accurate, and safe. We've been working on this Qube for years. And we believe bringing it to our collection will help inspire so many people to pick up a new passion or fall further in love with the technique.
I agree.
Yep. Speaking of fall, did you all know today's the first day of fall?
Yes.
And September is National Sewing Month.
Yes.
Now, you may have guessed it, but we've all fallen for sewing.
Absolutely. And while all of our releases excite us, this one feels just so much more special because it's a type of sewing that really invites all levels of skill.
I agree.
Yep.
Exactly, Pam. And that's something we really explored when designing and developing this new Qube. I won't give away too much on that now, and we'll leave the show to the two of you instead. So have a great show.
Cheers.
Cheers. There you go.
Thanks for
joining
us, Lynn. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay, quilters. Well, if you know about English paper piecing, you might already see why you want this Qube in your sewing room. But if not, we know you're going to love learning about this technique. So we've got the new technique to learn for you, the Qube, our newest book, English Paper Piecing Made Easy by Qube. So we want you to grab a cuppa and we can take a closer look together.
Check it out.
Are you a beginner sewist? Maybe you've loved quilting for decades. AccuQuilt's Qube English paper piecing 1-inch finished size will meet you wherever you are in your sewing journey. This popular technique is beginner friendly but relaxing for experienced sewists. The blocks you can create are intricate, captivating, and perfect for on-the-go sewing. In English paper piecing, you based fabric around paper shapes that provide a foundation to the block. The beautiful projects that can be made with these unique blocks are endless, but the time it takes you to cut all those pieces by hand or with a rotary cutter is overwhelming. That's where the Qube English paper piecing 1-inch finished sides helps. This Qube includes 4 new dies that cut both the fabric and the corresponding paper template in the most popular of English paper piecing shapes, the diamond, half hexagon, hexagon, and triangle, and in the most popular 1-inch finished side size. Alongside those dies are 8 free block patterns, 2 free patterns, and a cutting mat. AccuQuilt has paired up with Hexagon Master Qube to create English paper piecing made easy, a book with projects and instructions for all skill levels. If there's one thing all quilters want, it's more time. Now you get more time and the chance to work on a technique that you'll love for sure. We're devoted to creating joy through quilting, and that means helping you cut time so you can quilt more.
Oh, quilters, if you love hand stitching or embroidery and have never picked up English paper piecing, now is the time to try. However, some of you might be asking us, why would I ever want to pick up this kind of a sewing project?
You know, for me, I love handwork, so English paper piecing is relaxing. Plus, it's something that I can take with me wherever I go. So if I'm meeting somebody for coffee, if I'm on a road trip, or if I'm curled up on the couch watching a holiday movie with a warm drink.
There you go. Actually, Erica, I used to take my English paper piecing projects with me to soccer fields while I watched the kids go to practice and have games.
Above all, I think the project that you get at the end is unlike anything else in quilting.
And I love how the small pieces mean you can use the smallest of scraps. You know, we talk about scrap busting all the time at AccuQuilt.
Yep. Well, did you know that the earliest hexagon template was made back in 1700s England?
No.
And English paper piecing really became popular in the 1800s. Now, Pam and I are history buffs, so we just kind of can't help ourselves from looking into things like this.
It's just amazing. All right, and quilters, I love how much history quilting holds. Now, we're going to dive right into the details about this cube, but first, Eric and I, we have a surprise for you. Okay, you know how we have a habit of bringing you deals, and today is no different. So today, we're going to introduce the Go English Paper Piecing Die Bundle at a special price.
Yes.
Okay, so right here's our bundle. You ready? It includes our Go Qube English Paper Piecing 1-inch finished size. 1-inch, really popular size.
Really probably, I would say, the most popular.
I would say. It retails for $279.99. The great book, English Paper Piecing by Qube, it retails for $19.99. Next, you get this great Go ruler. It's 6 by 24, retails for $19.95. Our rotary cutter, it retails for $14.95. And then this double-sided 18 by 24 Go rotary cutting mat. It retails for $24.95. Now this whole bundle is a total of $360. But today during the show, you get all of this for $279.99, which is a saving of over $80.
Wow.
But that's not all. If you live in the 48 contiguous states, we're going to give you free shipping. Now, those of you who live outside of those areas can purchase this bundle today online or at our participating signature retailer. Now, there are only 100 of these bundles, teacup, Big Ben, not included. Okay? Be sure and order yours right now.
And Pam, I can't believe this. This is such a great deal because
is.
the cube itself is $279.99, so it's really a no-brainer.
Yep.
So if you want to order it right now and get one of those 100, visit AccuQuilt.com/party and you can make this bundle your own.
Because we're having a little party today.
We are.
Okay.
So before we dive into the specifics of the cube, which we're dying to do, by the way,
wait till you see what's inside.
we want to introduce you to a couple of people.
Now, Eric and I, we love contests.
Yes.
And this time for our launch party, we did something a little bit different.
Yes.
Okay? Because Go Qube English Paper Piecing Block is great for all skill levels. We wanted to invite all skill levels to give it a try. So we asked our experts to share these dies and the English paper piecing technique with a quilting rookie that they knew.
The two are going to work together to design a project that you get to vote on. So the winning project will be placed on our website for download.
Oh, that's going to be great. So let's meet our expert and rookie teams right now.
Perfect.
First up, we have expert Shannon Patterson, and her rookie is Dee. Now, Shannon, she's been English paper piecing for years, and she is a huge fan of Qube. She loves to fussy cut those tiny little pieces to create amazing, fanciful designs. Her rookie Dee has a little bit of sewing experience, but has never done English paper piecing before, and is really excited to learn this technique.
Okay.
All right, now our other team includes expert Carol Tompkins, and her rookie's name is Brenda. Now, Carol has also been English paper piecing for years and enjoys that more traditional and scrappy patterns that you and I like.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, her rookie, Brenda, listen to this, none quilting or sewing experience.
This is going to be fun.
I'm excited. Now, as we all know, Brenda is in for a real treat learning all about the joys of sewing and English paper piecing. So we'll check back in with them here in a bit to see how they're doing. But Erica, tell us more about this amazing, awesome product.
Okay, so there are a couple of features with the Go Qube English paper piecing block that we really want to share with you, and we want you to appreciate them just as much as we do.
Yep.
So AccuQuilt is always thinking about ways to save the quilter time. Now, the cube comes with 4 shapes, so we've got dies to cut 4 basic paper piecing shapes.
Yes.
The hexagon, half hexagon, triangle, and diamond. But there are 2 dies for each shape, and Pam's got them here. So we've got one that cuts the fabric.
Yes.
And then one that cuts the paper foundation, the template. Now, one of the coolest things about this, and we cut one out so you can see it, is that the one that cuts the paper cuts a little hole, a circle in the very center. And the reason you want that is because then you can take something like this cute little crochet hook and you can pop it in and get that out of your finished quilt so quickly and easily.
Right,
I love
because you're
it.
going to use those papers again. So
That's right.
It's awesome.
It's perfect.
Okay. Now, fun fact.
Yes.
Back in the 1800s, paper was a luxury. Kind of like toilet paper in 2020. It's a
yes,
luxury.
we understand that.
Yep, so quilters used whatever they could get their hands on. And historians are able to date many quilts thanks to the paper remnants left behind.
I think that is so fascinating.
The quilters are so cool.
So quilters have always been very savvy. So if you want to channel those that came before us, you can try recycling those cardstock mailers that we all get too many of. Use those to cut your paper templates.
Exactly. Now, Erica, these fabric dies are bigger than the corresponding ones, right? And they've been designed to specifically add that 1/4-inch seam allowance you need to baste and to sew the edges.
Right.
Okay? And we're AccuQuilt. We do this all the time. We've actually included those dog-eared corners for easy alignment and piecing.
So I think we need to open the cube.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because this is just so cool.
I'm going to move all this stuff and things.
Okay, so we're going to turn it around and pull it off.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! So here's the inside of the cube. So I'm going to pull out the skinny one first so I don't break a fingernail because that's what Pam always tells me.
My pro tip.
And this little folder is going to open up. It's going to give us our mat that we need. That's a 6x6 mat.
I'll hold
I'm
it.
just going to put it over here. We're going to need it because we're AccuQuilt. We got to cut some.
We got to cut some stuff.
Then we've also got a pattern booklet in here. It's got some great projects, including the one for the quilt right behind us.
Excellent.
Now, our other folders.
I'll take these.
Okay, you take those. Okay, so our other folders are going to have those shapes for us. So we get these out. Just like our other cubes, we're going to have.
I'll move my cuppa there.
Oh, there you go. We've got our little triangles. We've got our diamonds. And again, we've got 2 for each one.
Right.
This one Pam's going to get out for us. It's going to have our hexagon and our half hexagon.
Yep.
And really, I think that hexagon is kind of like your gold standard. I mean, that's your basic shape for us.
Right.
So the cube's going to have 8 free block patterns plus the 2 patterns that are in the pattern booklet. And of course, it comes in our cube unit. So that's a self-contained storage unit.
Yep.
And then we put together 11.
Did you hear that number?
11 great instructional videos. So they're going to help you get off the ground. Really, we're going to take you from cutting to different styles of basting and different styles of putting them together. It's great.
It's going to be amazing. Now, quilters, sometimes when you have more possibilities, you might find yourself unsure as to what you really want to do. So along with those 8 free block patterns in the cube itself, AccuQuilt paired with English paper piecing expert Katja Merrick to create this amazing book, English Paper Piecing Made Easy. And I'll move these out of the way so we can see.
This is a must-have book.
It
is. So there are 6 amazing projects in here, but look at this. Katja has put together 36 of what she calls fractured hexagon blocks.
And I love that concept of fractured hexagons because I feel like it just allows you to just put so many different pieces together.
Right, and these are in here. Then the next page, this is so cool. It's got blank ones, the same layouts, so that you can colorize them for yourself. Now, this is really awesome. You can also do this on AccuQuilt.
Yes, it's available on AccuQuilt, which is amazing.
There's also great information in here. I'm just going to keep turning because it's so cool. On basting, but also on sewing them together, either hand piecing or machine piecing, which you can do because we've got that 1/4-inch seam allowance.
Right, and you did some of that. You practiced.
I did. It worked so well.
Yeah.
Now, this is all in there, plus we've got all of the tips and tricks from the master herself.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So right now, you're going to get this book for free when you buy your cube. It's a great deal.
Awesome. Now, quilters, if you're a true sewing beginner, you might think, oh, this isn't for you. But we promise this is something that anyone can do, regardless of your skill level.
That's right.
But don't take our word for it. Let's check in with our 2 quilting experts and the newbies to get their first impression. Shannon and Dee, what are you guys up to?
Hi, Pam and Erica. So we have been busy here. This is my rookie that we've actually been talking about English paper piecing, and I've been able to share some of the tips that I've learned as I've been English paper piecing. And so very much I offered up to Dee some of the tips that I've learned, and really it is using the right thread. And I tend to go with the 60 weight bottom line. So I like something fine, and then I cut to fairly short lengths so that I'm not making knots. Dee is also a fan of the silk thread, so she's used that with applique in the past.
Right.
And then with that, the needles that we could use, we could choose to use straw needles or Milners, and these are
number 10 Milners, yeah.
Yes. So, you know, lots of options, and really it's going to revolve around what you're comfortable with using. And if you've used something for hand applique, certainly bring it over here to the English paper piecing world. So I'm also a fan of the glue stick. So there's the glue pen with the refills, and we walked through cutting our papers and our fabrics earlier using the dies, particularly the diamond shape. And so we talk about how, as we're using the glue, not to glue right to the edge of the paper, because eventually we want to take our needle and stitch through that area. So move that glue away from the edge of your paper. And then Dee's using her applique pins here to pin through the center that is cut in our paper shapes when we run them through using our English paper piecing cube.
And it helps hold it nice and tight together while I'm sewing. So as I'm taking my stitches in, you know, it doesn't really move, so I can really go quickly and do my little overhand stitch in here.
So she jumped right in here. She buried the knot behind her fabric and just started stitching, and beautifully spaced stitches there. Another technique that I tend to use is the flat back method. So rather than fold them face to face, as Dee just showed us, I would take my 2 pieces, lay them edge to edge, and tape across here, and then work from the back just from one piece to the other. But really, it's ultimately what we're comfortable with. So I like the way Dee just stepped right in there and picked up and started stitching there. So the, you know, a threader is always important, because you're going to be using lots of length of thread. Scissors, the Scotch tape is one that I use if you want to, the pen, the glue stick, and all of these things will fit into a little tin that you can carry around with you. And certainly the pieces are sized to where they're easy to take traveling. So I recommend highly, if you're going to be in a car for any length of time, or you're going somewhere and you're going to be waiting, take a project with you.
And it does help to have that. And I love them when they're small. They fit right in the back of a motorcycle bag.
There you go. So it'll travel anywhere. So those are my tips. So as to what we're working on, we took advantage of the English Paper Piecing Made Easy book, and we flipped through there. I had picked out something fairly small that I thought would be a great start. Dee, however, picked out something a little more complicated.
Oh, I love to do more. The more pieces, the more fun it is to do.
I said, if you're willing, let's do it. So, so the hint that you've got so far is we have 3 shapes coming together in our middle. And very shortly, you'll be seeing what our finished product is.
Okay.
Hey, Shannon, thanks for those tips. They did a great job.
They did. I love the silk thread. I hadn't thought about that, but I like a fine thread too.
I do too.
Well, we can't wait to see how that turns out. Let's see what Carol and Brenda, what are you working on?
Hi, ladies. Well, as you can see, we are just working away here on Brenda's project. This is my rookie, Brenda. So Brenda is new to quilting and definitely new to English paper piecing. So some of the things that we have done to get her prepared for this project, I showed her a few of the things that I had made, and then we took to Pinterest like every crafter does, I think. We got on Pinterest and went through there. We looked at the scrappy hexagon quilts or I think it was mostly just grandmother's flower gardens was kind of what we went through. And then we talked about fussy cutting. We talked about different colorways. And then we went fabric shopping, and along with those things, we also talked about different things that are required whenever you start to English paper piece. And for me, some of the important things are things like glue sticks, thimbles, because I choose to use a really small needle. I like an 8 or a 9. The quilting betweens are perfect for me. That's just a personal preference. I like to have the short needles. I find that they bend a little bit less, and just a super sharp needle. I don't want to have to shove hard to get it through the fabric. We also have a little pair of scissors here, and this little wood press. This is something that I have come to just love when I'm English paper piecing, because it allows you the chance to get in underneath a piece of fabric and flip it up and then immediately press it over as you're going around the pieces. Sorry. So the other thing that we really like, I'm going to reach in front of you, is a small iron, just because it kind of takes that glue and seals it whenever you're going around. Oh, that's beautiful. She's doing a great job. So some of the things that we also talked about were different projects that we could make. So with the small projects, we talked about mug rugs. We talked about just even a really small coaster. We also talked about makeup bags. That was another thing that we had talked about. We could do a little makeup bag. But I think one of our favorite things for a small project that we discussed was the frame. So being able to take just a small, like grandmother's flower garden block and sewing that to a background color and then putting it in a picture frame to use in your sewing room or your bedroom. So other than that, I think we're going to keep working away here and try to finish her project. Like I said, she's working hard, but apparently she's running to a spot where she needs some help. So I'm going to help her with this, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Oh, Carol, I love that little wooden tool.
I want one of those. I've never seen that before.
I'll buy you one for Christmas.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
So the power is in your hands now. After we show you both of their finished projects, we're going to ask you to vote on the one that you like the most.
It's going to be so hard.
Then we'll share the winning block layout with you later.
Excellent. Hey, but we're not going to wait for those winners first. Let's give away one of these cubes. What do you say?
I think so.
Okay, so we're going to give away one to someone in our audience who registered for our event. First of all, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for registering for our launch party. And our lucky winner is, do we have a drum roll, please? Brenda N. from Crestview, Florida. Congratulations, Brenda. Good job.
Oh, she's going to have fun, just like Brenda, our other Brenda, because she was really focused. She is getting into this. So
she is. I think we have converted her.
I think so. So if you don't want to wait, you can make one of these cubes your own right now. You can visit AccuQuilt.com/party, because we're having a party.
We are.
And pick up your Go English Paper Piecing Die Bundle.
Right here.
Now, right now, the team is telling us that we've got 52 left, so they are going quickly, because it's a great deal.
It is a great deal.
So just a reminder, this bundle includes the Go Qube English Paper Piecing with 1-inch finished sides.
Right.
The English Paper Piecing Made Easy book by Kaczmarek.
Yep.
The quilting ruler that is 6 by 24, a rotary cutter, and that double-sided rotary cutting mat. It's 18 by 24 inches. It does not include Big Ben. It does not include Pam's teacup.
Nope.
Now, regularly it would cost $360, but today you're getting it for $279.99, which is over $80 in savings, and the regular price of the cube alone. So it's an incredible deal.
This is such a no-brainer, quilters. It's just amazing. You can also purchase this great new cube from our local AccuQuilt signature retailer or online. Check for our store locator at AccuQuilt.com to find your local retailer.
That's right.
All right, now, I know we got to cut some stuff. We're AccuQuilt,
Right.
we cut things. Let's see how these dies work, all right?
Okay, I'll move my teacup.
Okay, move your teacup. So first we're going to cut some fabric, and then we're going to show you how to cut the paper.
Okay,
Okay.
so just like I've got some charm squares, which
How
as
many
you
of
see
have those in your
are going to
stash?
fit perfectly.
Yeah, perfect.
And just like all of our other dies, we're going to cut up to how many layers, Miss Pam?
6.
6, the 6
Now-
layer law.
We're using our Go Me today. Would this die fit in all of our cutters?
All of our cutters, including a studio with the appropriate adapter.
So any cutter you have, you can use this cube.
Okay.
Give it some love. Slide
so
that mat, don't
slide
lift.
that mat. There you go.
Here we go. So now we're just going to pull back.
Pull back. There we
Oh
go.
my gosh,
And
look
there
how
they
cute
are.
this is. Perfect.
Trade you.
And listen, back in the day when I first learned how to do English paper piecing, I did it old school, where you cut a rectangle.
Yes.
And then, well, first of all, you cut a strip, and then you cut a rectangle, and then you took your 1/4-inch ruler and you marked the edges and you sewed them. And the chances of it cutting wrong, 100%. Okay? But it was okay because you had those centers.
Right.
But now look, they cut them perfectly every single time.
Now the other thing is we want to show you about the paper die. Now we're going to use some cardstock on this. This is just standard cardstock.
Yep.
And I was able to, with this one, I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet. I folded it in half. It's just right.
Perfect.
And I've got 2 layers. I think 2 layers is probably good for cardstock.
That's usually what I do for 2 layers. It's kind of
just
like
like-
fabric. It's different widths, right?
That's right. It's not all created equal. So it's going to work just the same way. And we'll love it. We'll slide it off. And here we go. We've got our perfect little paper templates
I'm taking these
with
home.
the little hole.
Don't tell anybody.
Now wait, I
Okay.
want to show people how easy this is for basting.
Oh, yes.
So if you put this down, that hole comes in so handy. We happen to have some pins.
Imagine that. Erica's on a
Imagine
set
that.
and there's a pin.
Who knew?
Okay, who knew?
And you can just pop that in there. Look how nicely. So that's going to hold it, whether you're hand stitching that to baste it or whether you're using our glue stick.
I bought one of those yesterday.
They're so slick.
They're slick.
I was always a hand baster. I'm completely converted to the glue stick now.
Yep.
But it'll make it super easy, and then we need that wooden thing from Carol so
Yeah,
we can flip
We're
and
going
turn.
to get one of those. Okay, I love that.
Okay, so that is the basics, but the really cool thing is how these work together. So we've got some blocks. We've got all of our 36 over here.
Right.
And they're in the book, but let's look at those pieces because that's really where it lies.
So these are the samples of all the 36 from the book. And we love it because you can look at it and right away there were ones that were already my favorite.
Right.
Right? For example, like this one was already one of my favorites. I am a big lover of half hexagons. So this one was also one of my favorite, kind of give that little tumbling block. But here's the cool thing, there is no die police.
You can do
make up your
whatever.
own blocks.
This
okay?
was another one from the book, and I love this one because
Oh,
it used
yeah.
all 4 of the shapes together.
Look at that. It kind of
So-
looks like pinwheels.
Yeah, so we want to show you how they all work together. So
Yes.
here's the hexagon. It's kind of like the center of it. It's,
Right.
it's kind of the gold standard.
Yep.
But here's a diamond, and see it's going to line up just perfectly.
And these little pieces right here, okay, those are the dog ears, right? We've specialized the dog ears on it.
And then we've got a half hexagon. We can
at how
slide
cute
that
this is.
on.
Okay, I think this would be like a perfect project for Oakley and I to work on.
Oh.
Where you could just
She could
totally,
just lay those out.
yep.
Now,
and
I
we could
love
create new blocks.
this tiny triangle. Now, don't panic. I know it's small, but this is so cool. Those little dog ears on there are going to help you get them lined up, and it'll help you hold those together. And again, we've got great videos to help you
Yes,
with that.
11 of them.
But you can just keep building your design out. You can do so many things with it.
Right, and quilters, remember, these come in a specific size block. You don't have to, you can make them bigger if you wanted. You could make them smaller if you wanted.
You can
Okay?
mix and match them. So in the book, Katja has the patterns in there. She's got the 36 block items. But one of the cool things about that book is you can take those patterns and you can, if there's a block that's your favorite,
Yes.
just substitute them out. It's really cool how you can
see,
do that.
That's super slick.
Or if you just sit and make a bunch of blocks.
So
there
here's
you
the bunch
go.
Erica made.
Now this one,
She got a little excited
I
with
got
the
a
English
little
paper
excited.
piecing.
So this is like the traditional grandmother's flower
Right,
garden
right.
with just the hexagons. And I think that's kind of a good starting
Right,
place.
I think so too. That's where I started.
But look at this. So once you've got something all surrounded, we've got this, and we can go in there, and I'm just pulling it out.
Yeah, because these you can reuse.
Yep.
Look at that. That is so slick.
And I have to tell you, you can have a whole Ziploc baggie full of these ready to take on the go in no time.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that I love about it is that you can cut all your fabric,
Yes.
all of your papers,
Yes.
put them in a little thing and go.
Take them and go.
I used to take them on airplanes all the time when I traveled.
Oh.
Because I could just sit and with that
Great.
little table and just do that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
So, the other thing, Go Quilt.
Yes, yes.
So,
You can go to Go Quilt and you're going to have those blank templates.
Right.
So remember with Go Quilt, you can choose colors that we designed for you at
Right.
AccuQuilt. We actually have collections of fabric.
right.
Some of you collect fabric. Don't
Some
just,
of
you
us
just- yeah.
collect fabric.
Yes. And then you can actually take a photograph of with your phone
Right.
and upload your stash. So you can click and drag. So I, who am the big grunge fan, could just take pictures of my grunge stash and just upload those pieces. And then you can print them.
But here's the other thing. If you're new, don't let us talking about stash and all this fabric scare you off, because these are little shapes. You can go out and buy a charm pack and be ready to go.
Yeah.
Get a couple of fat quarters and you've got lots of projects that you can
Yeah.
make.
Find your closest quilter and ask her if she has any scraps.
Yes. So there you go.
'Kay.
Well, I think we're getting a little carried away
I know,
because we're
I'm
so
so
excited,
excited.
but I think we should give away another cube.
Let's do.
Okay. So this winner, again, was chosen by our registrant list, so you had to have registered to
you.
win. And our second winner today is going to be Kim B, and she is from Pendleton, Indiana.
Thank
Congratulations.
you, Kim. Thanks for watching with us today.
Kim, we're so glad you could join us. We know you're going to have fun with this.
Excellent.
So Pam, this is really just the beginning.
It really is.
So let's check back with our expert and rookie teams and see what they've created for our challenge that we gave them.
Let's do.
Shannon and Dee, what did you make?
Hello, here we have it. Dee was stitching away and look what she's accomplished here.
Right. It was a little time consuming, but it was a lot of fun. So this is our hexi clock, and it actually is a working clock, and it's made in the shape of the hexagon, and it's got a lot of 12 pieces in here that make sense for a clock.
She spent a lot of time stitching these together, and the design phase was a lot of fun. We cut out all these different shapes and fabric colors and laid them out on our cutting mat and moved them around to get that final product that we have here.
Right. And being able to use the AccuQuilt, it actually cut it into a lot of different pieces with a lot of different colors, and we got to play around with it. It was very simple to do.
So we very quickly went from the design phase to we knew what it was going to look like.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
That is so cool. A working clock?
I
Oh
love
my
it.
goodness.
I love it. Good job, Shannon and Dee. All right, Carolyn, Brenda, what about you?
Okay, Brenda, AccuQuilt is ready to see what you've made. Are you ready to show them?
Yep.
Okay.
I've made a needle book. Opens up like this. This is the back. This is the inside.
It's beautiful. She did a great job. We're so happy.
These are so great.
And that needle book is perfect for taking along with you when you're doing your English paper piecing.
Good job, both of you. All right, quilters, these are great, and now it's time for you to cast your vote. In the comments section, you need to choose the name of the expert and rookie team you think created the best block. And just click on the pair's name, and we'll tell you who is the fan favorite at the end of our launch today.
So Pam, let's get inspired.
Let's do.
So let's see what patterns we're giving everyone with this release. Now, to help us show off these beauties, we've got a very regal helper who just snuck past us on the set here, straight from the Royal Palace.
Quilters, these are so beautiful and absolute treasures. So it makes sense that they're under guard. We've got another challenge on our hands. We're going to try and see if we can get our guard to smile just a little bit from the joy of sewing by the end of our trunk show.
All right. Here's our first sample.
Oh, this one is so pretty. This is called Go Beaded Curtain Wall Hanging.
And I love the use of solids so that design can really pop. Your grunge would work beautifully, I think,
Look,
in this.
it's so pretty.
It uses all the shapes, and look, it just really pops out those the design with the white hexagons. It really looks like a beaded curtain.
I love it. And it's solids, which I don't often use. I usually have a tendency to use a pattern. So thank you, our guard.
I love that. Thank you.
Good job.
So serious.
The next one is on the wall behind us. This is our hexagon wall, our garden wall hanging right here. So this is kind of a version of the traditional pattern grandmother's flower garden.
Right.
Which is what I've been working on, I don't know, for a long time.
And I was inspired by that, so you can see I've been working on it too, but I'm going to do the more modern version behind us, and I've been using all of my batik scraps.
Oh, how perfect is that?
So it'll have a different look.
It will have a completely different look. All right, so next, you don't always have to make a quilt. Quilters, sometimes you can make a tote bag, and this is a perfect example of a tote bag.
And I love this because it's a good size bag, and I think it would be perfect for taking your Go Me and your English paper piecing cube and your fabric and taking it on the go with you.
Yes, absolutely. So we used all the shapes from the English paper piecing cube, and these are 2.5-inch strip dies. Oh, 2.5-inch strips, there's the die for that. Okay.
And I think the solids work really well with this again.
They do. And it's kind of padded, which is kind of great. But I think Erica's idea of taking your little Go Me and your cube together on the go is perfect.
And this wonderful butterfly is going to use all of those shapes inside the cube.
It's beautiful.
It's
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we have our Tumbling Diamonds Table Runner.
Oh, this is great. You're going
This is
to
really
love the 3D effect you get with this.
So quilters ask me all the time, how do I make those tumbling blocks? So I'm going to tell you, if you have a strip die and cut them at 60 degrees, they make tumbling blocks. But guess what? Now there's a die for that. Okay, so look how cute this is. So it gives that 3D effect, and Erica's right. You could totally use scraps. You could totally use solids and prints, but a really great 3D effect.
It really pops.
It's really pretty.
Thank you, Guard. What do you think we can do to get a smile?
I don't know.
I
We'll try. These are pretty good projects.
So the next one is one of Pam's favorites.
It is.
And it's out of Katja's book. It's the Tulip Trio wall hanging.
Okay, so the thing I love about this is, first of all, it's a really simple beginner project. So if you're new to English paper piecing, this might be a really fast weekend project that you can do. I love it because basically you create those blocks and then you just applique them to the background. And this, just a little decorative stitch on your sewing machine. Really fast and easy project.
Great, like you said, I think that's a great beginner project.
Yeah, yeah. You and your peeps, you could make one. Okay, next we also have a pillow that was in the Patterns in Katja's book. And this one's kind of fun because it kind of has Southwestern fabric in it. But again, it uses all 5 of the shapes from the cubes, right?
And I almost feel like it's a border sampler. So we've got 4 different borders made with the different shapes. You can take those out of this project and use them with something else. Just really make it your own. I love that.
And this is my favorite.
Well,
it
that's your tulip. It's like your tulip block.
It is. I know. I like it a lot.
So we're already seeing how you can mix and match those different parts.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, don't forget, quilters, we're going to give you all of these patterns for free just for joining us today.
So the next one's also from the book, and it's the Snowflake Table Topper.
Because where we live, it snows.
And it's cold.
It's cold.
Not yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, shh, don't say that. Okay, so this is, again, that concept of you're going to create the blocks and then just applique them to the circle. You could make a tree skirt.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be really
for
fun.
A little tabletop tree.
Yes,
How
yes, like a little
adorable.
Charlie Brown tree.
Always thinking this one.
I know, and Erica pointed out something really fun about these blocks. So maybe these outer blocks aren't your favorite. Choose one you like. And tons of blue and white scraps.
Because no two snowflakes are alike, right?
Right? Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. That's a great thing.
And
I love
great
this.
use for blue scraps.
It is. Okay.
Thank you.
I think I had some of those scraps.
Did they start to look familiar?
They do. They do. I think, oh, okay. So next is also from Katja's book. This pattern is called Take Along Tote.
And this is on Pam's to-do list also.
It is. So once I do the tulips, this is my next. Okay, first of all, I think it's a great tote bag for kids.
Yeah.
So Oakley, who's doing virtual school right now, she has an iPad and she has her school books.
Right.
And I feel like she's forever trying to find them. So this would be a really great book. Oh, I thought I saw one.
Oh.
A really great book bag. But the thing I love most about this is that gray fabric, and then those little flowers are highlighted.
Boy, they really pop. You know, it's a good size for sheet music too. So it'd be great for piano music, violin music, for taking to music lessons, or I don't know, virtual music collections.
There you go. Thank you. Oh,
Do
I'm
you think
loving
there was
these.
a little smile
I think
there?
There was a little smile.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is also in Katja's book. It's called Tumbling Hexagons Crib Quilt. So it's bigger than our blocks.
Right. Now this is again another time where you could play with your blocks and substitute them, use different ones. You could change out your colors, jump on Go Quilt. You could look at using all different colors with this, match it to any nursery.
Yep.
But again, it's got that classic tumbling block, but with a real modern twist with it.
You could make it bigger. You could add blocks in the corners. Just a really great versatile project. I really like that one.
I do too. I
Okay.
do too. Thank you. So we've got another one. This is another one of our favorites, but this is the scattered bedroom.
Yes.
And this is another example of how you could switch out those hexagons, but really it's got some great quilting. So we just want to point that out to you.
It does.
So they've taken the different hexagons and appliqued those on and then quilted the background fairly densely. And it really makes them pop. They're almost puffy.
Right. Now, this is also a pattern you're going to find in Katja's book. But Erica and I have talked a lot about this particular project because you could add more hexagons. You could add bigger flowers. You could make it really your own.
You could.
And that's the thing I love about paper piecing is that with English paper piecing, you can just make your own blocks.
Right.
You can just make stuff up in your head and it's going to turn out beautiful. I love this one. This is my favorite.
Yep. And we love the colors too.
We
But
do.
that swirling
Yes.
quilting that you can't see as well really highlights the edges and the sharp geometric shapes.
It does.
So
All
we love
right.
that.
Huge thanks to our guard for joining us
Yes,
today.
and I think we got a little bit of a smile, maybe.
A little bit. All right, closers, don't forget, you get to decide which project is best from our expert and rookie teams, okay?
Yes.
It's going to be hard to choose because both of them really have great
It's going to be
looks.
hard.
Okay, now these aren't the only patterns you're going to get. Just because you registered for this event, we're going to give you an exclusive pattern.
You ready?
Only because you came here today. Are you so excited? Ta-da! We love these. This is an adorable zipper pouch. And it's perfect, because look, it has a little zipper right here. Perfect for carrying your English paper piecing pieces in it and your tools on the go. It has padding in it, so it's really going to be easy to take. Notice, Erica, there's 2 of these.
And there are 2 of us.
I'm loving it.
I love the clear window because that way when you're trying to find what you need, you can actually see it.
Yes.
And you're not just digging around in there.
Yes,
So
I agree.
love this pattern.
So we're going to send this email with this pattern to the email you registered with.
Yes.
So be sure and watch for it there.
Okay, I think we should give away another cube.
Let's do.
Okay.
Let's do.
So again, you had to register for the event to win.
Yes,
Our
thank you for
third-
registering.
Yes, our third winner today is Katie W. And she's from Arizona.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Katie. I have been to Green Valley,
You
Arizona.
have?
I have.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we hung out, Katie.
Maybe.
All right, Quilters, voting is getting close to closing.
Yes. So vote.
Vote. So quick, get your vote in now for your favorite expert and rookie team. Now, while the last votes come in, why not pick up your Go English paper piecing block by grabbing one of our show-only bundles. Okay, now the folks here tell us that there are 4 left, so you need to jump on quick. Oh, look, my pieces are coming off. Hold on. There we go. Okay, don't forget our bundle includes that Go English paper piecing cube and with 1-inch finished size.
Yep.
The great book by our good friend Katja Merrick. Thank you, Katja, for writing such a beautiful book.
Love it.
It's just fabulous. The 6x24 cutting clear ruler, the rotary cutter, and the cutting mat, 18x24. It's double-sided. You're going to need these tools. I spend a lot of time kind of just sub-cutting.
Right.
I mean, if my scraps are really big,
Right.
you know, for my stash,
Cut 'em down.
I want to cut them down. Yep. So this is going to help you do that.
So regularly the bundle again would be $360.
Yep.
Today you're getting it for $279.99, over $80 in savings, and that's the cost of the Qube alone.
Yep.
So it's a great deal. Now you can visit AccuQuilt.com/party to make this bundle yours.
Yep, because we're having a little party today.
Oh, and it looks like while we're talking, those pre-made bundles are out.
Okay, you know what, Erica? You and I, we know folk.
Yes.
And we can have them put together some more of those bundles. What do you think?
I think we can manage to get a few more to put together.
Okay, so quilters, we're going to extend this sale for our Go Qube bundle, for our new
Right.
English paper piecing bundle, till 12 midnight Central Time.
Okay.
Okay, so you have about 11 hours. But
Okay.
get them now because they're going to go fast,
They will.
right?
They will.
So you can get all of this bundle online, AccuQuilt.com/party.
Okay, so I think it's time to see which of our expert and rookie teams won your vote.
Do you have a favorite?
I have one in my head.
Okay, let's see if they won.
Okay.
Okay, and the winner is Shannon and Dee.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations. I think that means we get the clock.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Good
But
job,
there's only
Shannon
one.
and Dee. We are so proud of you. Carol and Brenda, you did a great job
They
as well.
did,
Thanks
they
for being
did.
part of our lunch today. All right, quilters, you can get this Qube at our website at AccuQuilt.com or from your local signature retailer. Now, if this Qube excites you, and Eric and I, we've had to keep this a secret.
We love it.
for
And it's
so
been
long.
so hard to keep it a secret.
Yep. This is not our last product launch of the year. It's only September. There are so many months left in this year. And there's so many more coming your way, so stay tuned. We know some stuff. We know what's going to be in the next one.
And actually, you can come back and join us on October 13th, next month,
Yep.
for another virtual launch party. Now, we can't tell you anything else because that we really would get in trouble for, but we can promise you don't want to miss it. So go to our homepage right now and register.
Yep. Watch your email for a link to download your free pattern for our cute little pouch. Okay, don't
We
forget
love.
that. Hey, quilters, if you enjoyed our launch party today, be sure and check out Facebook Live every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Time. So tomorrow, 12 noon Central Time, where you show you dies, we give you tips and tricks, we just have a great time.
Yep.
In fact, next week on September 30th, Eric and I, we're going to get together and we're going to talk more about this new English paper piecing Qube. So on behalf of our entire team, thank you so much for everything you do to support us here at AccuQuilt.
We're so happy you joined us today, along with the rest of the team and our guard, who
Yes.
we think we got a little bit of a smile out of today. So we hope to see you again soon. Now remember, with our Go English Paper Piecing Qube, you have a ton of ways to cut time.
So you can quilt more. Have a great day. Goodbye,
Goodbye, everybody.